Have you ever noticed when you look at somebody and you're talking to them and they are having to think or search for some information, that something happens with their eyes? That either their eyes go up and to the left or to the right, or they go down or they move along the lateral plane. This is because they are actually representing or searching for the file or whatever it is they're looking for in one of these representational systems, either visually, auditorily, or indeed kinesthetically, feelings and so on. So if you ask somebody, say, can you remember what the first house you ever looked like? Have you ever noticed that when you're talking to somebody and they are having to search for some information, something happens with their eyes? Either they go up, left or right, or they go across the central plane or across the lower plane. What's happening is they are searching or looking to open that file that contains the information they're looking for. And where their eyes go give you a clue. Let's talk about eye accessing. Have you ever noticed that when you're talking to somebody and they have to search for information, that something happens with their eyes? They either go up or across the lateral plane or across the lower plane. What's happening is they are going to open up the file, if you like, the mental file of what they're looking for, and they are revealing through their eyes which representational system they are actually accessing that information in. This gives you huge amounts of information that you can use for all kinds of things, for example, rapport, for working out their strategies. What tends to happen with a conventionally oriented right-handed person, so if you imagine that this person is looking at you, then this is their left, this is their right. In a conventionally oriented person, if they look up and to their left, this is usually their visual remember. If they come across the lateral plane on this side, this is their auditory remember or recall. And if they look down here, down and to their left, this is their auditory digital or their self-talk. When you're working out problems, for example, you may be talking to yourself and you may catch yourself looking down in this particular area if you're a conventionally oriented right-handed person. Across the other side, if the eyes go up and to the right, then this is the visual construct. Central plane, lateral plane, the auditory construct, and down to the right here is where the kinesthetics or the feelings are. So if somebody is thinking about the temperature of a cold bath, for example, you may find that their eyes are down here. Now this is very, very useful because it reveals not only which representational system the person is operating in or leading with, but also the strategy that they are running when they're thinking about a certain thing. Bear in mind, a caveat with this, that this is a model. You would calibrate an individual's eye patterns based on the individual. So by asking them certain questions, they will reveal what their eye pattern is, and that is what you go with, not necessarily this simply because it's the model. Similarly, if this were a conventionally oriented left-handed person, then these particular patterns may be reversed. The recall may be on the opposite side and the construct may be on this side. So for example, for a left-handed person, it may be that their visual remember is here as opposed to here, which is where the conventionally oriented right-handed person's recall is. So this is the model, and it reveals those two things, the representational system the person is working in at that particular moment, but also a strategy. The strategies of people are often revealed by their eye patterns. So paying attention can give you a huge amount of information.